So, good morning, students. So, I welcome you to the discrete time signal processing lecture. So, this is lecture number 1. So, in this lecture, we will discuss about the DFT properties. Till that, we have discussed about the DFT and its how to find out its inverse DFT. And in the last lecture, we have started with the one of the property, that is the convolution property. So in this lecture we will discuss about all the properties of DFT. So believe me, there is one or two questions, that is 5 mark question based on the properties. Based on the property, it might be a convolution or it might be anything property. So whatever important properties are there, on that property I will take a problem, and entire properties I will discuss in this lecture. So it might be five property today, I think so. So before directly starting to the lecture, if you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe, go to the subscribe channel. If you are subscribing, then you are getting the latest videos, latest update of every video which I uploaded on my YouTube channel. And please like the session. So till that, so I will take a pen. Okay, till that, what we have discussed, we have discussed the DFT, that is nothing but the discrete Fourier transform. Just I will change the pen first, color, ink color. Yeah, and I will erase this part. Yeah, I will erase this part. Yeah, okay. So before directly starting the properties, we have discussed about the DFT. We have discussed about the discrete Fourier transform. So our sequence is in the time domain. Okay, it is in the time domain. So we are converting my time domain sequence into frequency domain. That we are doing by using DFT. Okay. So time domain, but the time must be what? It must be discrete one, and the frequency, whatever this component, we are getting in the discrete one. Okay. So we are getting time to frequency domain. I will FD over here, and I will erase this part. Okay. Yeah. So time to frequency by using DFT we are calculating, and if you want to go from frequency domain to the time domain, discrete time domain, I have to go for inverse DFT. So this part is clear to you. If you are getting the points what I have taught till that, so please give me thumbs up in your chat box. I'm watching your comments now. I can handle it because this lecture I can take from laptop. So live session. So previously I'm recording simultaneously, so I can't chat with you. So right now I can chat with you guys. So this is the properties. So basically in this subject everything is problematic. Some theory questions are there that I will discuss you, that this is the theory topic and you have to concentrate more on theory. But believe me, near about 90% to 95% there are the problems only, and the filter problem is of 10 marks. You will get a problem in which you will require at least 3 to 4 pages to solve, but that is very important. But you have to remember the key tricks of this, and if you are watching the videos carefully, I will definitely give you the 100% solution of this, each and every problem to you. So directly I will start with the properties. The very first property is linearity. So what I exactly mean by linearity? Suppose if I'm having x1 of n is my DFT sequence, if of sorry, discrete time sequence, and what I will do, if I'm taking the DFT of this, I will get a x of k, or capital X of k, x1 of k, and the second sequence is nothing but x2 of n. This is the discrete time sequence. If I am converting with the help of DFT, so I will get x2 of k. So this is my time domain sequence, this is my time domain sequence, and this is my frequency domain sequence. So two different sequences I will convert into frequency domain. This first sequence and second. And if I'm multiplying the first sequence by a1 some constant over here, and the second sequence by a2 with some constant over here, constant over here, and if I'm adding the both, likewise, suppose I'm receiving sequence as 1, 2, and 3. is my x1. Okay, and the second sequence is 2, 3 and 4. These are my two sequence, and if I am multiplying this x1 by 2 and this by any constant, that is nothing but the 3. So whatever the DFT of this one, is also get multiplied with how much? 2. And if the second sequence, if I'm multiplying with the 2, and if I'm taking the DFT of this sequence, then in the output also the DFT is also multiplied with the 2 also. This is the linearity property. That is nothing but the what it means by linear weighted combination of two or more signals is equal to the linear weighted combination of DFT of individual signals. That is nothing but we have denoted like this one. So x1 of k is nothing but the DFT of first sequence, x2 of k is the DFT of second sequence, and multiply with a2 and a1 like this one. These a1 and a2 are the any constant, positive integer or negative integer, whatever this point are. Okay, so I will drop this portion. Yeah. So we will move toward the next. Are you getting what I am trying to say? Just give me thumbs up in the chat box. Okay. So we'll move toward the next property. That is nothing but the periodicity property. So what exactly mean by periodicity? Suppose I am having a sequence that is nothing but my x of n, that is nothing but a discrete sequence, and its DFTs I will convert to dx of k over here. Okay, okay. Then if the periodicity, that is nothing but sequence is periodic by n sequence, that is the capital N, it might be 2, 3, 4 or something. Okay, something, then it's DFT also. If DFT also, it is also periodic for x of k plus n also. That is nothing but, for example, suppose I am having sequences 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, I am writing with the help of mouse. Okay, I don't have any gadget to write down. So this is my sequence 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, again and again. Again and again, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the DFT of this sequence is how much? DFT of sequence is nothing but what you have to do in this case. Suppose this is one 10 times a repetitive sequence, 10 times periodicity. Now the period of sequence is this one. This is a one period. This is second period. This is third period. So period is how much? 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the my period over here. So the sequence is what? Sequence is nothing but x of n plus capital N. Capital N is how much? My 3, where sequence is my repetitive. So the DFT is also get repeated. Means what? Just calculate the sequence of this thing 1 to 3 only, not the entire sequence. Just keep it in mind. You have to calculate for first, and you have to mention the remaining as it is. That is nothing but the periodicity. Means the time domain sequence is periodical, the frequency domain sequence is also periodical for all values of k in frequency and all values of n in the time domain. Okay. So the third property, that is nothing but the circular time shift. So what exactly mean by circular time shift? So suppose this is sequence 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is a 1, 2, 3 as is repeated. Suppose so the circle, just I will erase the things. Yeah. So suppose 1, 2, here is 3 and here is 4. So this is the circular shift. The sequence is shifting over here. That is nothing but I will give you the best example of this one. Okay, I will take pen again. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3. So circular shift means this sequence will go to first. That is nothing but the 3, 1 and 2. Again this will go to first. That is 2, 1 and sorry. This 2 and this is 3, I think so. This 3 and 1. If I am shifting again, then this sequence will form. That is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is 3-bit sequence. So circular shift is nothing but this first part will third part will go to first, and first will shift it to second. So if the time shift sequence is like this one, time sequence is like this one, so in the frequency domain, what you have to do, just multiply. If this is happening over here, this is happening over here, that is nothing but the circular shift. That is 1 2 3, then 3 1 2, then 2 3 1, like this one. So suppose this is sequence given to you, circularly shifted sequence is there. Then in the DFT domain, what will happen? If circular shifting in the frequency time domain will happen, then frequency domain what will happen? Then what you have to do, just keep in mind, multiply with e raised to minus j 2 pi k m by m. So where the m is nothing but how much, means by what factor the sequence is rotating. Suppose it might be 2, it might be 3, it might be 4. So you have to keep in mind the value of m is equal to how much? 3, 2 or 4, and n is the length of sequence, whatever the 4 point, 3 point and 5 point itself, and k is nothing but the whatever the point of in the time domain, that is nothing but 0 to capital N minus 1. So what you have to do? Normal, just I will drop the portion. Okay, so you know that x of n, if you are taking the DFT of this, just is nothing but x of k, normal x of k, n. If you are taking the DFT of that, you are getting the x of k. If the sequence is circularly time shifted, means circularly time shifted, that is nothing but like this one. Okay, so circular time shift all of a second, what will happen? This sequence, this will go to, again this will go to first. Okay, this will go to first. Likewise, this will go to again this one, and this will go to again this one. So likewise, sequence will shifting, circular shifting. Uh, don't worry, I will take the problem, because if theoretically we are talking about, you are not getting the things properly, crystal clearly. But if you are taking the each and every problem based on each problem, each property, then you are getting the concept very crystal clear. So that's in the next lecture we will see the problem based on each and every properties. Okay. In the time reversal property, so what exactly mean by time reversal property? So time reversal property, if my DFT of x of n is x of k, we know that, and if we are reversing the time, though frequency domain also reversing, that is nothing but, suppose we are having my sequence, that is nothing but, here is zeroth axis, this is my zeroth axis, so its amplitude suppose 1, here amplitude 2, and here is amplitude is 3. So in the time reversal, what we are doing, this is my time axis. Okay, this is my time axis, this is my time axis. So positive time axis there, that is the, whatever the sequence is there, it is in the 0 1 2, 0 1 and 2. This is my time, means at 0 instant its amplitude is 1, at 1 instant amplitude 2, and at the 2 its amplitude is 3. So in the reversal, just we are reversing, that is multiplying this thing with minus sign. So this is minus 1, this is minus 2. So resultant sequence will be 0 as it is, because if I am multiplying 0 with minus 1, remain as it is, minus 1 minus 2. Those sequences will be 0, its amplitude is 1 over here, at the minus 1 your amplitude is, we are getting how much, 2, and minus 2 its amplitude is how much, 3 over here, that is nothing but a time reversal. Okay, we are time reversing, and amplitude reversal means what? Amplitude 1 it will go to minus 1, 2 it will go to minus 2, and 3 it will go to minus 3. That is nothing but the, it will fold to like this one, fold to like this one. In the time domain, just fold this sequence, that is nothing but fold this, this will go to minus 3, this will go to this one. Okay, so this is nothing but the time domain sequence. So frequency domain also, that is the folding operation will be performed in the time domain. So conjugation, so what do you exactly mean by conjugation? Suppose DFT of x of n is nothing but my x of k, and if I am taking the complex conjugate of that one, x of k, x of n over here, then complex conjugate of n minus k you have to do. That is nothing but the complex conjugate, that is nothing but sequence is was 1 plus 2k to j, I think so. We have to take. So complex conjugate term is nothing but here you have to change the minus. Okay. Okay, we have to change the signs of this one. So that is nothing but complex conjugation of this one. So we will stop over here. I think you are getting the things. So remaining properties, I think 10 properties we have to see, and after that we will start with the actual problem based on these properties, whatever the important properties. And after that I will declare that first module is over, and after that we'll discuss the whatever the uh, problem that are asked in the university exam based on this first module. So I think it will require at least 4 to 5 lecture to complete the first module. So this is the important module. So I have taken I think 12, near about 17 lectures are required to complete the first module. So if you are still hanging in doubt, please go to the playlist of each and every videos. We'll getting the a lot of things from this one. So thank you very much for attending this lecture. Thank you.